Let's do that again. There it goes. Welcome to the read. Welcome to the read. If this is your first time, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. We just finished the read for Aries, and that was such an interesting read. Everybody has an Aries placement. I don't make those readings just for Aries sun signs. If you have a moon, a rising, any of your planets in Aries. But most importantly, we all have Aries in our charts. If we look at the 12 houses, each house has one of the 12 astrological signs in it. So go ahead and look at your natal chart. Go back to that reading. See how that context of your houses or your planets, your rising, your moon, or your sun relates to that reading. I would be really interested. And I would be more than happy if you engaged. So leave a like, leave a comment, do the same thing for this. This one is going to be our usual collective read. We are reading for the collective today and every day. Every is an absolute, so I don't have to give that disclaimer. We may not do it every day, but we're going to try our best to do it most days. May this reading bring clarity. May it bring a sense of peace. May it illuminate the areas that we need it to, that the light needs to be shined on. Again, clarity, peace, illumination. That is the intent for this collective reading today. Page of Cups. Let's finish this shuffle. Does it fall? Justice. Interesting. We had the Justice card. Oh, and it landed face up. 3 cards. We'll take them. So the Queen of Cups fell first, then the King of Wands, then the 7 of Cups. We are pulling a lot of the same cards that was in that Aries read. So maybe the collective is Aries today. Let's see. Let's see what this reading brings. One more card, please. No, it didn't fall face up, but we will look at it. This was in the Aries reading as well. Okay, we'll take it. Let's see, 2 Pentacle cards. The 6 and the 10. Interesting. So the Page of Cups is in the you position. So you are being asked to be a learner of your emotions. The Page of Cups is a learner, youthful, the youngest in the Court Cups, and he's so cute because look at this little fish popping out of the cup. I like to think about it, them having a very Piscean, Cancerian, Scorpion type conversation. The reason why I say all 3 of those signs is because it is the cups, which represents water and represents those 3 signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So I wonder what emotional journey you might be on Did a new emotion arise for you? Let's get a little clarification on that one. What new emotions are you learning? This one wanted to flip, but it didn't. Queen of Cups, that also came out in our Aries reading. Nothing's coming out, so I'm going to cut the deck. The card we're not going to pull, we're just going to look at it and see. Another card that came out in the Aries reading, the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. Wow. Very interesting. You have the Seven of Cups here as well. So his garb is like filled with, I think these are like lilies of some sort. He has the fish inside the cup. He's on land, but the water behind him is a little turbulent. And emotions can be turbulent, you know. They can take you through the ringer. They can take you through a storm. So I wonder if you are learning how to contain your emotions so that they don't bring you through a storm every time that you come across them. Learning how to alchemize the emotion into fruitful action, because our thoughts dictate our emotions and our emotions dictate our behaviors. So there's a through thread here. You have the Justice card and the Queen of Pentacles as the energy surrounding. The Queen of Pentacles is one of a very nurturing queen. Her house is together. Everybody's taken care of, fed. The plants are watered. And the Pentacles is the slowest moving of all of the suits and elements. I wonder what that says towards your emotional cup. Let's see what's at the bottom. Ace of Swords. You have the Ace of Swords and you have the Sword of Truth presented in the Justice card. I wonder if you are very like methodical with your emotions, like every emotion that you have, you weigh it against this like moral compass that you have. Like, is this a good emotion? Is this a bad emotion? I wonder if you do that. The reason why I say that is because we have the Justice card out here. Justice is represented by the number 11, Master number 11, the ultimate leader. I need a little bit of clarification. Where are we going with this? This wanted to come out earlier, but it didn't. And now here it is. The Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is a very action-oriented card. It also can speak to the speed at which something is happening. If this is relating to the speed of the way that you're learning how to manage your emotions, it's coming in quickly. This is not a slow process, although you do have slowness with the Queen of Pentacles and with the Page, because the Page, again, is a learner. Excuse me. I have a hiccup. Hiccups are so weird. Like, where do they come from? Like, why am I this age and still getting hiccups? It's weird. Queen of Swords. So you have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. You also have the the King of Wands. I wonder if you have a particular matriarch that, yeah, High Priest, yeah, there's some type of matriarch that is in this process. Whether it's your mother, grandmother, an aunt, maybe it was a teacher. I'll put this right here. But some type of matriarch is being called through. But don't let it deceive you. You are not alone in this situation. You are not alone. Seven of Swords. So I think now we have all elements out. We have Pentacles, Cups, Wands, Swords. So we have all elements out. This is, I'm not going to pull any more cards, but I am going to get a directional card by putting the deck down, splitting it, or cutting it, and flipping the first card. This came out in the Aries reading, and then you have the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom. So 2 sevens. You definitely have a matriarch, whether it is on this earth or ascended as one of your ancestors that's helping you in this particular situation, in this particular time of your life. Don't forget it. Do not be deceived. You may not feel their presence all the time, but please be aware that they are there. If this is you, that especially if they are ascended, there might be some sadness and grief that you're still holding on to. Ooh, maybe the sadness is the emotion that you're working through. Maybe it's a sadness that is an emotion that you are working through. I don't want to pull another card, but I want to pull another card. Intuitively, you know that these emotions are passing. You know that they're not here to stay forever. This sadness, this grief might have been around for some time. But again, you're in this learning stage where you're going to be learning how to process through that sadness and process through that grief. It won't be around you forever, my dear. I promise you that. I can promise you that it won't be there forever. And especially not at the same magnitude. It dissipates over time. I wonder who this matriarch is. Seems like an amazing person. It's represented by the Queen of Swords. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And you also have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn represented here with these court cards. Definitely some type of ascended matriarch that is one of your ancestors that are here for your highest good is here. Maybe this is the one who passed on and made you sad because of their passing, and you're learning to work through that grief. I think this comes in for you quickly. Maybe their death was a sudden death, or it wasn't necessarily like timely. Death is never timely. That's not what I'm trying to say. It wasn't expected in the way that it happened. I'm sorry. If this is you, I am so sorry that this happened. Death is one of those things. It's inevitable. what card just came out? Shut the front door. Shut the front door. The death card doesn't always mean like an actual death, but in this particular situation, I'm just intuitively getting that you have this matriarch that died, and it has brought you a lot of grief, and this is the particular emotion that you're working through. I would be careful as to judge your emotions as good or bad. Emotions are not good or bad. They only survive by the label that we give it. So I wouldn't give it any label. I would just call it what it is. If it's sadness, it's sadness. If it's grief, it's grief. I'm still shooketh over this. Let's see what's at the bottom. Oh my gosh, the Four of Swords. Somebody definitely has moved on to the other realm, and they did it quickly. You're not moving through this emotion quickly, but they moved on to the other realm quickly. Okay, now that we finally, because at first I was like, what is going on here? And then I pulled more cards and I'm like, what is really going on here? But finally, we have got it. Just remember that you have these cards right here are energies surrounding. I would be careful to label these things. I would be careful to not label them as good or bad, just it is what it is. They may have passed quickly, or you may be going through this emotional process quickly, as represented by the Eight of Wands. Yeah. Again, I'm so sorry. The journey through right here. This is part of the thing that was like, what is going on here? I'm going to take out the Death card just because that's central to the theme of this reading. King of Wands. This card is reminding you that you have fire, passion, desire, creativity at your disposal. The king is dressed in a red garb, a red robe. His yellow cape is full of salamanders, again, protected, as well as lions that you can see right there. This king is really protected. I think these are I'm getting chills. I think you're protected by the maternal and matriarchal energies that surround you. I think you have an earthly one, and I think you have an ascended one. One on earth, pentacles, one in the air. But I want you to remember that you have this King of Wands energy available to you, as this is part of your journey, remembering that you're protected. You have a lot of these emotional cups that are being available to you. You can choose sadness or you can choose joy. You can choose grief or you can choose something else. You don't always have to grab towards the sadness. If you are feeling sad, feel it, acknowledge it, go through it. But just know at the end of it that you can choose something else. Emotions are choosable. They are able to be chosen. I would highly recommend that you do not revel and roll around in the sadness too long. Find more productive ways to use your emotional capacity, because soon, if we continue to roll around in the sadness and the grief, then we can start talking about things like clinical depression, despair, anxiety, if we allow it to take take over us. Again, you have the King of Wands here. Don't let those types of emotions take over you. Again, you have a choice with the Seven of Cups. This is interesting with the Pentacles because you have the Six of Pentacles and then you have the Ten of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles, let me sit with this for a little while. The Six of Pentacles usually points towards some type of charity. I wonder if this is like practical advice, maybe volunteering. Did this matriarch die of a particular disease? Maybe if that's the case, why don't you go and volunteer for an organization that works with that particular disease? Maybe that would help you out in kind of processing some of those emotions. But the Six of Pentacles definitely points towards some type of charity. Yeah. I think volunteering would be beneficial to you at this time. Get something that just gets you out of the house, something that gets you active. You also have the Ten of Pentacles. So at the end of the day has to end. You come to this place of, at the end of this journey, you come to this place where you have your physical health, your emotional health, your psychological health, your mental health. I think this is what this one is talking about right now. Usually we think about the Pentacles being monetary, dealing with money, finances, resources. But we also have to remember that the Pentacles is really dealing with all of the things that are tangible. So our bodies are tangible. You heard all those cracks? Our bodies are tangible portions that are also represented within the Pentacles. Pentacles here, two Pentacles here. And I think you come out of this process with your mental, physical, and psychological health intact. But it's going to be important for you to learn how to deal with the sadness and grief. Yesterday we talked about therapy. I'm going to talk about therapy again. Maybe grief counseling is, so maybe not therapy, but maybe some type of grief counseling would be beneficial to you at this time. We also pulled the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups is one of community, where we're celebrating in community. Let me draw the card up a little bit. Can you see that? I don't necessarily think this is exactly as the depiction. I think this is more of you getting in community, that that you're outsourcing these things. So if you're going to grief counseling, that means you have a grief counselor. That grief counselor then becomes a resource that's part of your community. You see what I'm saying? If you do decide to get a therapist, your therapist ends up becoming part of your community. And again, this is a Cups card. So again, it's talking about those emotions. I want to personally say that I am really sorry for your loss. I am truly sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for the sadness and grief that you might be going through at this time. But just keep your head to the sun, keep your face to the sun, and know that as long as you wake up another day, you have the ability to make a choice. Notice with the Five of Cups, 3 cups are spilled, but there's 2 cups that are standing. Make a choice to look at the cups that are still standing. Learn a different way to process your grief. Ooh, journaling just came up to me. That can be a way that you process through your grief and sadness. But you definitely have the cups on your side. You're definitely going through an emotional journey. But this emotional journey can be won through implementing the right resources in order to get you into a better physical, mental, psychological state. And it's possible. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If this resonated with you, if this is you, do not feel like you need to write it in the comments in such a public place, but definitely email me. Let me know. I would love to know what's going on. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Thanks for coming. See you in the next read.